Hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Working from the gun, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Play action, now it's Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now it's Wilson.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Wilson. And looks for Lockett once more. This time he's got it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Let's see what you got. Check, 55 to the mic. Check, 55 to the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 32. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll run with Mostert. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Taken from just outside the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 21-0 our score after 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw there into the hands of Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now Mostert. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lance to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
All day, every day, any day. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Y'all not ready.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And the next-gen stats tells us after that initial contact was made, he was able to take it nearly 50 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Dancing to his left. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On the handoff, this is Mostert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Lance on the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Mostert. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They hand it off to Mostert, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike. I'm here.
Here's Lance. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
Flush to his right. That's complete. Hits Carson out of the backfield. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down at 5.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All day, all day.
Wilson. He'll spot Eskridge open left side. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
I'm trying to collect. Mike 55, Mike 55. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up.
On first down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get nothing out of that one. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Steps away. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now Wilson. This is Gordon on the dump off. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On third down, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Point after, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2nd and 10.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Throwing is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into Danger Russ. Now Myers for the extra point. This no good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Mostert. Mostert hit and he drops the ball. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check 52.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Blue there, blue there.
This is Mostert. 1st down and a little extra for Mostert. And down to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's coming.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 12, Lance. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Lance. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
Mostert. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 117 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Once again, it's Mostert. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Switch it.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And they'll get him down right around the 16. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Watch the twist. Hey, watch it, watch it. Check 20.
On second down, Mostert. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Lance. This is caught. Touchdown! George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The thing that they'll be looking at is the spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check 55, Mike.
Here's Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Lance looking to throw it. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Lance going to throw. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Excellent work there by Lance as he scrambles for the 1st down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So this offense, which was humming all game, ends on a negative play. We didn't see many of those as he takes the knee, but what an explosion and a good win.
Can we call it a negative positive play?
There you go.
An oxymoron to end the ball game.
And they can watch the clock go down and celebrate the victory. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Niners, they're setting themselves up as a major contenders. They move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams.